wake up to the sound of an alarm clock, rush through your morning routine, and then join the endless stream of commuters heading to work? Do you spend 8 hours at a desk, counting down the minutes until 5 o'clock, when you can finally clock out and head home? If this sounds like your life, here's a question. What if this routine, a cornerstone of modern work life, won't even exist in the next 10 years? What if the 9 to 5, the very concept of full-time employment as we know it, is on the verge of disappearing? It might sound dramatic, but when you take a closer look at the way the world is changing, the evidence is everywhere. Technological advances, economic shifts, societal pressures, and changing expectations around work are transforming everything we know about employment. To understand why the 9 to 5 job might be headed for extinction, we need to dig into these forces and ask some tough questions. First, let's talk about technology. Think about how much of your workday is spent on tasks that are repetitive, routine, or administrative. Now think about how much faster a machine or a piece of software could perform those tasks. Automation isn't a hypothetical future. It's happening right now. Artificial intelligence is already taking over jobs we once thought only humans could do. Take customer service, for example. Chatbots and AI-powered assistants are handling queries, solving problems, and processing orders around the clock. These systems don't need breaks, don't call in sick, and don't require paychecks. And it's not just basic tasks. AI is moving into fields like legal research, financial analysis, and even creative work. Do you know what that means? Jobs that were considered safe a decade ago are now vulnerable to automation. McKinsey Global Institute estimates that nearly 50% of workplace activities could be automated with current technology. This isn't just about blue-collar jobs on factory floors. It's about white-collar jobs too. But wait, there's more. While automation is replacing repetitive tasks, remote work is disrupting where and how we work. The COVID-19 pandemic forced millions of people out of offices and into makeshift home setups. What started as a temporary solution has turned into a global revolution. Employees discovered they could be just as productive, if not more, while working remotely. And here's the kicker. Companies realized it too. Why pay for expensive office space when your workforce can work from anywhere? Why limit hiring to a specific location when you can recruit the best talent globally? The rise of remote work is obliterating the boundaries of the traditional workplace. But with remote work comes flexibility. And with flexibility comes the question, does the 9 to 5 even make sense anymore? Let's dig deeper into that idea. The concept of the 9 to 5 workday was designed during the Industrial Revolution for factory workers. It was a way to standardize hours and balance productivity with worker well-being. But today's jobs aren't tied to assembly lines. In a digital, always connected world, work isn't bound by the hands of the clock. Think about it. If you can work from anywhere, at any time, why would you stick to an 8-hour block? Why not work when you're most productive, whether that's early in the morning, late at night, or in short bursts throughout the day? The rigid structure of the 9 to 5 is beginning to crumble under the weight of flexibility. But technology and remote work are just part of the story. Let's talk about the gig economy. Platforms like Uber, Fiverr, and Upwork are redefining what it means to have a job. Instead of working for one employer, gig workers take on short-term projects, driving their own schedules and building multiple income streams. This model is especially appealing to younger generations who value flexibility, independence, and control over their time. And it's not just about driving cars or freelancing online. Highly skilled professionals, from software developers to graphic designers, are embracing the gig economy as a way to break free from traditional employment. Why commit to one company when you can work for several, choose your projects, and even earn more money? But what about the other side of the coin? If the gig economy continues to grow, what happens to stability? Who provides benefits like health insurance, retirement savings, and paid time off? These are questions that societies and governments will need to grapple with as the traditional employer-employee relationship fades. Now let's zoom out and look at the broader picture. The 9-to-5 isn't just about hours, it's about how we measure work itself. For decades, work has been judged by the time you put in, but in the future, it will be judged by the value you create. This shift is already happening in creative industries. Writers, designers, and developers are often paid for their output, not their hours. What happens to those who rely on the structure and stability of a 9-to-5 job? Will this transition create new opportunities or widen the gap between those who adapt and those who don't? And what about inequality? If jobs become more flexible and remote, will workers in less developed regions have the same opportunities as those in wealthier countries? If gig work becomes the norm, who ensures fair wages and working conditions? These are questions we'll need to answer as we navigate the end of the 9-to-5 era. But one thing is clear: the future of work is about freedom. Freedom to work when you want, where you want, and how you want. Freedom to design a career that fits your life, not the other way around. So, as you sit at your desk today, counting down the minutes until 5 o'clock, ask yourself this: what will work look like in 10 years? And are you ready for a world where the 9-to-5 job might just be a thing of the past?